I recently did something no police chief should ever have to do. I let two men in fake uniforms cuff me on my own porch, with the HOA president grinning from ear to ear. And their reason? They said I was in violation of community bylaws. Funny thing is, the only thing tested that day was my patience, not their authority. But let me start from the beginning. I stand in the middle of my new living room. The smell of fresh paint hangs in the air. It smells like a clean slate. Boxes are everywhere. They are cardboard mountains I have to climb. One is labeled kitchen. Another says old files, burn. I smile at that one. My wife, before she passed, had a sense of humor about my job. Most of those files are commendations and case notes from 20 years on the force, 15 in SWAT, the last 5 as chief of police. This house is my reward. It's my quiet place. The street is lined with big oak trees. The houses are neat. The lawns are green. It's the kind of neighborhood where you hear birds in the morning, not sirens. I bought it for the silence. My grandpa used to say a man's home is his castle, but he also said the best castles have quiet neighbors. I'm hoping for quiet neighbors. I open a box labeled books. Inside, on top, is a framed picture of my grandpa. He's in his old army uniform, looking stern but with a twinkle in his eye. He taught me how to shoot, how to fish, and how to spot a liar. He believed in order, real order, the kind that lets good people live their lives in peace. Not the fussy kind, but the sturdy common sense kind. He'd like this place. He'd tell me to check the fence line first thing, but this neighborhood doesn't have fences. It feels open, trusting. That's a nice change. For 3 weeks, it is perfect. I unpack. I set up my workshop in the garage. I meet a few people. Neighbor Duke from across the street waves every morning. He's a big guy with a bigger laugh who seems to be permanently attached to a leaf blower. Another neighbor, a young family, brings over a plate of cookies. It feels like a community. The job feels a million miles away. I start to breathe again. I start to sleep through the night. Then the first piece of paper appears. It's tucked under the wiper blade of my truck, a personal pickup, not my department vehicle. It's a bright red sheet of paper. The words are printed in an angry, bold font. Violation notice. I read it. My lawn, apparently, is 1/4 of an inch too high. It violates Section 4, Paragraph B of the Oak Street Community Covenants. A fine of $50 is assessed. The notice is signed by a Karen Van Fleet, President, Oak Street Homeowners Association. I look at my lawn. It looks fine. I look at my neighbor's lawn. It looks the same. I feel a familiar tightening in my gut. It's the feeling I get when I see a bully picking on someone smaller. It's not anger, not yet. It's a cold, heavy sense of duty. I've seen this 1,000 times. Someone gets a little bit of imaginary power and it goes straight to their head. They invent rules to feel important. They create order that serves no one but their own ego. I fold the notice and put it in my pocket. I decide to ignore it, a mistake I know. But it's my day off. I want to pretend I'm just a guy in a new house, not a cop who smells a rat. The next day there are 2 red notices, one for the lawn, a new one for my trash can. It was visible from the street for 3 hours past the designated pickup time. This fine is $75. The total is now $125. This Karen Van Fleet is efficient. I'll give her that. The notices are starting to feel less like a nuisance and more like a probe. She's testing the fence. She wants to see if there's a dog in this yard and if it will bite. The language is escalating. Words like immediate compliance and further action are sprinkled in. It's boilerplate intimidation. It's meant to scare people who don't know any better, people who think an official-looking piece of paper holds the power of law. My grandpa's face comes to mind. He would have called this a pocket tyrant, a small person making a lot of noise to seem big. He would have also told me that you don't let a weed take over your garden. You pull it up by the roots, fast and clean. I look out my window. A woman is walking a small, yapping dog. She stops in front of my house, stares for a moment, and makes a note on a clipboard. She has sharp features and a haircut you could use to level a picture frame. I have a feeling I'm looking at Karen Van Fleet. She looks my way, and our eyes meet. She doesn't smile. She gives me a look of pure, unadulterated smugness, the look of a queen surveying her domain. My quiet street doesn't feel so quiet anymore. It feels like occupied territory. The test is over. Now, I have to decide how to respond. And for a man like me, there's only one way to deal with a bully who wraps herself in fake authority. You don't just prove her wrong, you dismantle her entire world with the real thing. She's about to find out what happens when she finds the chief of police. Her little game is over. My game is just beginning. The next morning, I drive downtown, not to my office at the police department. I go to the county clerk's office. It's an old building, all marble and dust. The air smells like old paper and bureaucracy. I like it. It's a place of facts. Facts are stubborn things. They don't bend to opinion or bluster. They are the foundation of the law. I walk up to the public records counter. A woman with glasses on a chain looks up at me over a mountain of files. She looks tired. She probably deals with 100 different dramas a day. "Can I help you?" she asks, her voice flat. "Yes, ma'am," I say. "I'd like to see the incorporation papers and filed covenants for a homeowners association." I give her the name. The Oak Street Homeowners Association. She types the name into her computer. Her fingers move slowly, deliberately. She squints at the screen. She types it again. Then a third time. She sighs. It's a sound that says, "Here we go again." "There's no record of an HOA by that name," she says. "Not in this county." I nod. I expected this, but expecting it and proving it are two different things. "Could you check for any variations? Oak Street community, Oak Street neighbors, anything like that?" She types again. More sighs. "Nothing. No registered HOA for that entire subdivision, ever. It was zoned single-family residential back in the 70s. No covenants were ever filed with the original plat. Are you sure you have the name right?" "I'm very sure," I say. I show her one of the red notices. She holds it up to the light, then reads it. A small, humorless smile touches her lips. "Ah," she says. "One of these." "It happens often?" I ask. "More than you'd think," she says. Someone decides they're the queen of the block. They print up some letterhead. Most people just pay. They're afraid of trouble. They don't want to make waves. That's the fuel a bully runs on. The fear of making waves. They count on good people being quiet. "I need a certified letter," I say. "A document stating that an official search was conducted and no homeowners association with that name or any associated covenants exists in the county records." Her smile widens a little. "Official letterhead, notarized seal, $25. "I'll take 2 copies," I say. While she prepares the documents, I think about Karen Van Fleet. I think about the sheer audacity of it. To just invent an organization and use it to extort money from your neighbors. It's fraud, it's conspiracy, and it's a direct assault on the rule of law. It creates a shadow government on a single street, run by one person's whims. When does order stop serving people? It stops the moment it's disconnected from truth and consent. My grandpa served in a war against people who decided they could write their own rules for everyone else. He saw what happens when lies are allowed to grow into something that looks like power. He'd say this little HOA is a symptom of a bigger sickness, a lack of respect for the lines. The clerk comes back with 2 crisp, official-looking documents. She'd also checked the state business registry. No HOA or corporation under any variation of the name. The seal on the bottom is raised. It feels heavy in my hand. It's a weapon, a simple, quiet, powerful weapon made of paper and truth. I could go home right now. I could walk over to Karen's house, hand her this paper, and tell her to stop. I could show it to my neighbors. The game would be over. But that's not enough. It's not enough because she wouldn't stop. She'd just move, or change the name, or find a new crop of victims. You don't scare a wolf away from the sheep. You cage it. The letter from the clerk proves she has no authority, but it doesn't prove her crimes. For that, I need more. I need to let her keep playing her game. I need to give her more rope. I need her to escalate. I need to catch her, and anyone working with her, in the act. So undeniable, so brazen, that a judge will have no choice but to make an example of her. This isn't about a $50 fine anymore. It's not even about my street. It's about all the people who have been bullied into paying, the ones who moved away because of the harassment. I can see their files in my mind, even though I haven't found them yet. I know they exist. Bullies always leave a trail of broken lives. On the drive home, I call my best lieutenant, Danny Reyes. She's my rock at the department, smart, calm, and knows the law better than most lawyers. "Danny, it's Mark. Everything okay, Chief? You're supposed to be on vacation." Mostly, listen, I need a quiet background check. Off the books for now. A woman named Karen Van Fleet lives on my street. What did she do? Criticize your gardening skills? Danny's humor is as dry as mine. Something like that, I say. Just give me the basics. Priors, financials, known associates. Keep it on your desktop only. No official files yet. You got it, she says. Is this going to be one of your projects? I can hear the smile in her voice. My projects are legendary at the precinct. Cases that start small, the ones nobody else sees, the ones that unravel into something big and ugly. Let's just say, I tell her, I think I've found a weed in my new garden, and I'm going to need a bigger shovel. I hang up. The certified letter sits on the passenger seat next to me. It's the truth. But the truth isn't always enough. Sometimes you have to let the lie get so big that when it collapses, it takes everyone involved down with it. Karen Van Fleet wants to play a game of rules and consequences. She has no idea I've been playing it my whole life, and I never lose. She's about to escalate. I'm going to be ready for her. That evening, my house transforms. It's no longer just a home. It becomes a tactical observation post. I open a box from the garage. It's not full of tools or old memories. It's full of equipment, stuff I've collected over the years, miniaturized, high definition, and completely legal to own. I rig discrete exterior coverage tied to my private server. Motion, faces, plates. Next is the personal gear. I take out a small device that looks like a shirt button. It's a high-fidelity microphone. I swap it with a button on one of my favorite casual shirts. The range is about 50 feet. It will pick up every word, every threat, every whisper. I test it, walking around the house, talking in a low voice. I play it back. The audio is crystal clear. I can hear the hum of the refrigerator. I can hear the clock ticking on the wall. It will be more than enough. The final piece of the puzzle is a ring. It's a simple black band I wear on my right hand. It looks like a fitness tracker or a piece of modern jewelry. It's not. It has one function. If I press the side with my thumb in a specific two-tap sequence, it sends an encrypted high-priority alert. The alert goes to a single person, Lieutenant Danny Reyes. It pings her service phone and personal phone simultaneously. It also activates a live audio stream from the button microphone and a live video stream from all 4 exterior cameras. Danny will see and hear everything in real time. It's my panic button. I've never had to use one in my life. I have a feeling I'm about to. I lay it all out on my kitchen table. Cameras, microphone, alert ring. It's a strange sight in a house meant for peace and quiet. This is the part of the job I was trying to leave behind. The planning, the anticipation. The cold, methodical preparation for a conflict you know is coming. My world-weary side sighs. My protective side takes over. I will not be a victim in my own home. I will not let this woman terrorize this street. I am turning her weapon, intimidation, back on her. She uses fear of the unknown. I will use the certainty of the recorded fact. I call my sturdiest patrol officer, a big quiet man named Boone. He's ex-military, solid as a rock and a good driver under pressure. Boone, it's Ryland. Chief, everything all right? I need you to be on standby for me, unofficial. Might get a call from Lieutenant Reyes. If you do, I need you to grab an unmarked unit and move. Fast. Can you do that? Yes, sir, he says. No questions. That's Boone. I also make 2 phone calls to neighbors, the young family who brought cookies, and neighbor Duke across the street. I keep it simple. Hey, this is Mark Ryland from down the street. I'm having a little bit of a disagreement with our friendly neighborhood HOA president. If you see any commotion at my place in the next few days, would you mind filming it with your phone? From your window is fine, just for my own records. Duke laughs. That woman's a piece of work. She tried to find me because my garden gnome was non-compliant with community aesthetic standards. You got it, Chief. I'll keep an eye out. The other family is more hesitant, but they agree. They're scared. They're exactly the kind of people Karen Van Fleet preys on. Now, I have a network. Eyes inside, eyes outside. High-tech and low-tech. Everything is in place. All the pieces are on the board. I feel the familiar calm settle over me. The calm before the storm. It's the same feeling I used to get in the back of a SWAT van, rolling silent towards a barricaded door. You've done the prep. You've checked your gear. You've briefed your team. There's nothing left to do but wait for the other side to make their move. And they always do. I sit in my living room and watch the sun go down. Another red notice is on my door. This one is for failure to comply. The fine is now $500. The notice says a lien will be placed on my property. It says legal action is pending. It's all nonsense. Forged documents have no legal power, but they have the power of fear. I crumple it up and toss it in the trash. I am no longer playing defense. I have laid a trap. Now I just need the quarry to step into it. Tomorrow, I expect, they will come for me. They will come with threats and fake authority. They will try to make an example of me, and I will let them. I will smile. I will comply. And I will record every single second of it. She thinks this is about a lawn. She has no idea this is about to become a felony investigation. And she is the star witness against herself. The morning arrives gray and damp. It feels like the calm has broken. I put on the shirt with the microphone button. I slip the panic ring onto my finger. I make coffee and wait. I don't have to wait long. Around 10 o'clock, a dark SUV with tinted windows pulls up to my curb. It's one of those oversized, aggressive-looking vehicles that people buy to feel tough. It has no official markings. Two men get out. They are dressed in what they think are police uniforms. From across the sidewalk, the uniforms read as legit. Navy shirts, silver shields, shoulder patches. But the crest is wrong, and the numbers don't match on inspection. Clean navy fabric, shiny shields, rental belts. I've trained with cops for 20 years. Cops have a certain way of moving. A practiced economy of motion. These guys are actors, bad ones. A third person gets out of the passenger side. It's Karen Van Fleet. She's wearing a blazer and holding her clipboard like a scepter. She points at my front door. She's giving the two goons their instructions. Her face is a mask of grim satisfaction. I let them take center stage. They walk up my driveway. I see neighbor Duke's curtains twitch across the street. I see the young mother next door peeking through her blinds, her phone visible in her hand. My network is active. The two men flank my front door. Karen stands behind them, ready to savor her victory. One of them pounds on the door. Not a knock, a pound, an assertion of power. I take a deep breath, smooth my shirt, and open the door. I look at them with a neutral, slightly confused expression. The concerned citizen look. "Can I help you?" I ask. The bigger of the two men puffs out his chest. "Mark Ryland? That's me. We have a warrant for your arrest," he says, holding up a piece of paper. I take it. It's another masterpiece of forgery. It has a fake court seal, and a judge's name, I know for a fact, has been retired for 5 years. The charges are comical. Criminal defiance of community bylaws. That's not a thing. It's legal gibberish meant to sound terrifying. "This seems a little extreme for a lawn fine," I say, keeping my voice steady and calm. Karen steps forward, a cruel smile on her face. "You were warned, Mr. Ryland. We don't tolerate lawbreakers on Oak Street. You have brought this on yourself. Now, are you going to comply, or are we going to have to do this the hard way?" I look at the two men. I look at Karen. They are so sure of themselves. They are standing on my property, threatening me with fake documents and fake authority, all because they believe I am just another scared homeowner. This is the moment, the core of their entire criminal enterprise, impersonating peace officers, extortion while impersonating authority. These are serious felonies. These are hard-time charges. I raise my hands slowly, a gesture of surrender. "No trouble," I say. "I'll comply." The relief on their faces is palpable. They were expecting a fight, a shouting match. They don't know what to do with quiet compliance. The bigger one pulls out a pair of cheap, shiny handcuffs. He fumbles with them. He doesn't know the proper procedure. He yanks my arms behind my back with more force than necessary. The metal bites into my wrists. I don't flinch. I look directly at Karen Van Fleet, and I smile. It's not a big smile, just a small, knowing curve of my lips. It's a smile that says, "You have no idea what you've just done." The smile infuriates her. Her face tightens. "Wipe that stupid grin off your face," she spits. "You're in serious trouble." The two goons lead me off my porch and down the sidewalk. The perp walk. It's a classic intimidation tactic. They want all my neighbors to see me being arrested. They want to make an example of me. They want to cement their power.